Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back. Todd is telling us to retweet him, so I'm going to do that real quick. I don't think you're able. Yeah, you can do it too. There you go. There you go. I'll retweet you. I'll retweet you on the Twitters. Yoan Merlo, a.k.a. Todd SC2, says, scores 1-1 between Empire Cast and WWE Daisy in the XMG Notebooks Pro Invite. Final map will be Alter Zim Stronghold. Speaking of which,
should we do it?
It's a new one. It's a new one, Alter Zim Stronghold. Interesting. What do you think about the name? That's the first thing we have to talk about.
I like the name Stronghold.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds very like Orcish and Warcraft type.
Stronghold.
Of course, that was actually the second tier of the Great Hall in Warcraft 3. You could upgrade. You know, like Hatcher goes to Lair goes to Hive.
When I think of Stronghold, I think of Lord of the Rings and like Helm's Deep.
Okay, well,
which makes it awesome. So I
yeah,
can't
there's
necessarily
orcs
relate
in Lord
with
of
the
the Rings
Warcraft.
too.
Sure.
I mean, Lord of the Rings is high fantasy like
goblins.
Warcraft. Yeah, and it's all the same type of atmosphere. It's that type of feeling, right?
What about Alter Zim?
That
Alter
sounds
Zim.
that sounds like the name of a stronghold where ogres live.
Okay. Alter Zim. Alter Zim.
Yeah.
Alter Zim. I like the Z. I like the Z.
Yeah.
Alter makes it sound a little bit, maybe there's some, religious or political implications.
But it's an E, not an A.
Oh, that's true.
So it's alter as in to change something.
Oh.
To change
That's a good point.
Zim. Altered Zim. So what is non-altered Zim?
Non-altered Zim.
Or
I don't even
unaltered,
know what.
excuse me.
I don't even know what regular alters is.
Regular Zim is. That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Overall, it has an A in it, or it starts
Yeah.
with an A. So like.
And
that
you know,
alone
a Z is
awesome.
kind of similar to an X, and it has a Z in there.
Yeah.
So I'm down with the name.
They're along the
Yeah.
right. It's the right idea.
Yep.
They're all along the right path.
Have you seen this map before?
I peeked at it.
Okay.
I did a little peeking. It's pretty big. Pretty big map.
Okay.
I guess I could try
Well,
to pull it up.
that's pretty good because the map, we'll see in a second as soon as the game gets underway. Of course, that's
Here,
pretty good. If you look at the map pool, you've got, Belshir and Yansu, which are two-player maps. We can actually just see it in the game here in a second. The game
Sure.
can be
Oh, is
loaded
it starting?
currently,
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it is a 4-spawn map.
4 spawns.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first game I've seen, or I'm going to see here.
Well, I think it's the first game all our viewers have seen, too, so
Sure.
it'll be a pleasure to share the experience of
Here we go.
Alter Zim Stronghold.
Welcome to the new map.
Of course, we're here in Game 3 between Koss and Daisy. Here, of course, the winner advances to the semifinals of this event. The loser is eliminated.
Yes.
Over here in the bottom left location of Alter Zim Stronghold, we have the red Protoss, Daisy.
Daisy doesn't like the big map. A little bit scary. Of course, his opponent in the bottom right-hand location representing Team Empire. Your blue Terran player, Koss. Or Koss.
So this map is huge. I mean, if you look at the mini-map and how big the screen is, this is as big as that, was it that Cloud Atlas GSL map back in the day or whatever, the one that Protoss never lost on?
I
I
always like looking for Easter eggs when I see maps the first
Yeah.
time. So I'm going to do a little bit of hunting.
If you find it, let me know, and I'll get some cool camera angles for our audience. I don't know what this is here. Not really sure.
Looks like there's in the very middle, there's a pyramid of some sort.
It's harder when because it's all dark right now.
Yeah, see, there is a nifty little.
You know what? This is like an altar, so maybe there
Yeah,
is
see, that's what. Maybe they spelled it wrong. I don't.
Yeah, this is definitely an altar of some kind.
It's an
over
altar-esque
here.
type.
Is there one on the other? Yeah.
Like
wait.
it feels like that's a place you go to be enlightened or to
Here
attain
is
wisdom.
Zelnaga ruins. You can see some of them are defying gravity.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff there.
Wow, that's like a void ray, except looking up.
So it's like it crashed and got embedded in the ground.
Possibly.
Let's see what else we can find. Maybe up here. I feel like up here there should be something, right? Maybe down in the ground.
Some remains, some ruins. Oh, I think there's a statue of me down there.
Yeah? Is that just you right here?
No, over there to the right.
To the right?
Yeah, you can't see it, but it's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like back in the shadows, huh?
It's there. Wow.
What's this thing over here? This is like
That looks like
cool.
a doorway of some sort.
Yeah.
An obelisk? Is that what they call those things?
Yeah, this could be 2 obelisks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
Obelisk guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about what the players are doing. We do have a command center first from Koss, which
So it looks like safety expansions in the back.
Oh,
are there any
Daisy's
other?
choosing, by the way.
Are there any other entrances? I think it's going to be Oracle, probably.
Yeah, it's a proxy
Oracles are
Oracle.
good. No, are good in general. So it's a safety expansion. Are there any other ways to get to that expansion besides through the main?
Nope.
No.
You have to go through the main.
It
So
is on the low ground.
the main entryway is right here.
Okay.
This is the only way to get to the main. Now, of course, it's Oracle doesn't really care. Oracle can just fly right in here. And what Daisy did for you guys who were busy like me staring at the different decals on the map, Daisy scouted one location. He went up to the top left. He went up here, right? As soon as he knew his opponent wasn't here.
I think the SCVs might see this.
Unlikely.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
So yeah, Daisy building a pylon in between.
Yeah, and this way he knows his opponent is one of these locations, and now he figured out exactly he's in the bottom right.
Yeah. So this typing, do you think this is on purpose from Daisy to try to get Koss?
Well, Koss is typing more than Daisy is, so he's kind of falling into the problem where the more you type, the stronger cheese is because you're more distracted.
Yep.
And Koss is trying to play a macro game here at the command center first. Now, he's gonna have a good number of Marines, and with the command center first, you know. Okay, he caught the probe, but actually, if these Marines are on the map, he didn't scout this. Is he gonna send the Marines there anyway, just blind guessing it? The problem is no, that'd be bad because the Oracle would just come out and kill the Marines.
Yeah, the Oracle just kill him.
If of course Oracle can
he
be
has no
5
idea
Marines.
though. Like Engineering Bay just started though.
I think he suspects. I think he suspects because of the probe that came down from that base, made him a little bit suspicious. The timing of the probe. We'll see. The eBay also could just be for a fast upgrade on a giant macro map like this. Getting a fast attack upgrade is never a bad idea.
Yep.
We'll see what this Oracle can do. Of course, it has to get some damage done. You see, Koss is up by 2 SCVs and up by expansion.
Oh.
2 of them go down. Oh, wait, well, no, only 1 goes down.
And look at you can really tell how much faster that Oracle is.
Yeah, I can run down these SCVs. Now, that is 5 Marines that Oracle can win against 5, but as 2 more come in.
Ah, it gets taken out.
Yeah.
Daisy overextending a little bit there. A little bit too greedy. I don't know.
That's always the hard part when you see 5 Marines. You're like, I can take them, but then you never know during the engagement, right? More Marines pop up, and here comes the second Oracle.
Wow.
Only getting 2 kills so far. This time there's only 4 Marines though. And this is the problem. If you lose a bunch of Marines early, the second Oracle can do a lot of damage, up to 5 SCV kills, 6 SCV kills. It is about to run out of energy, so the Marines could probably disengage it right now. Gets 1 last kill and gets out of there.
Turret there in the middle line. And that should be the end of the Oracle shenaniganry for now.
But he did get 10 workers killed in total, so that's a good amount of damage done. And if we look at things economically speaking, though, it's fairly even. The Protoss is up by 5 workers, 4 to 5 workers, which isn't, you know, normally Protoss is up by somewhere around the 3 to 4 mark, so not bad there. But because Koss expanded so much faster, even though he did take a lot of economic damage, he's not out of the game by any means. It's still anyone's game.
Yep. And it's such a big map, too, which I think makes it more anyone's game. Because you have a longer way to go if you're trying to do an attack, which allows your opponent to get away with more stuff in preparing for said attack. Now, Daisy has not gone into Phoenix production.
And I think that makes sense, because Koss, he has to know it's proxy.
Yep.
And so if you try to go Phoenix Colossi, that's a competition where you kind of want to be able to get a good number of Phoenixes. And this Stargate is in a very precarious spot, right? A few Marines could walk up there and kill, and then all of a sudden if you make like 2 Phoenix, it's like, you know, I spent gas on this, so I slowed my Templar transition down, but it's not really enough to help out against the Vikings to a significant degree.
Right.
So I don't think he'll go into that, or we'll have to see. Maybe he'll end up going back into it anyway. It is, I mean, he used it the other 2 games, but...
And he used it pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Very well.
But no, I agree. 9 kills. 10.
Yeah, I think he just got
11.
4 more right there.
Zip out of there.
Yeah.
I think zip is going to be the universal description for an Oracle's movement.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool little thing down there. That green...
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a washer-dryer.
Yeah.
Oh, a treadmill.
Oh, yes. Treadmill. Definitely treadmill.
Most certainly. Drop a Marine down there. And train him, or if
then he'll come out as like an Ultralisk Marine or something.
Sure, just give him some exercise on that treadmill.
Yeah.
And if you can't run anymore, you literally fall off the planet. That'll keep you motivated to keep running.
Yeah, that it would. That it would.
All right, so from here we got range on the way. So Daisy definitely going for that Colossi composition. Double Forge on the way as well. Meanwhile, Cass going for the standard bio stuff. Now there are some red dots speckled about on the map.
Yeah, he's just kind of skyding around with it.
Zealot.
He's trying to find if there's any hidden command centers. Of course, on a map this big,
I like that.
you know, hiding a command center in the corner is very, very strong. He may even think about, I don't think he's going to put his Nexus up there. He's in a pretty good position, so I don't think he's going to take a risk like hiding Nexus quite right now. As I said that, he throws down a Nexus, so. And you know, Koss has, if you notice in the last couple of games, Koss rarely scouts around the map, so this is a good reaction to the way Koss has been playing. And this is, I mean, this map's so huge. Look how long it's taking to set this attack to get across the map. It's like a sojourn across a desert or something.
Yep.
Fighting during the Crusades over Jerusalem.
Supply line. Build some bunkers along the way as fortresses.
Yeah.
Along your path, like missions back in the early days of American history.
So it looks like he's just checking for a third base and not seeing one at either of the obvious locations. Maybe I'll tip him off. He should go look around the map, or maybe he'll just assume his opponent's staying on 2 bases. Of course, Koss himself has a third base. Oh, dude! Oh, look at that!
Whoa.
That is. Whew.
Box of pain.
And these guys they don't look happy. It's a lot of ashes.
Gosh, that is like the last place you want to be as a Marina Marauder. Squished between 2 force fields with the Death Colossi rays.
So we do see
tearing you apart.
Koss not missing a beat with his upgrades, already working on the +2 weapons. No +2 armor quite yet. Daisy the same, so both players very even in upgrades. Koss again going for the Infernal Pre-Igniter upgrade to help his Hellbats a little bit in action, so we're going to see those as part of his composition. He's trying to add in some Vikings. But Daisy, like we pointed out earlier, is not going to Phoenix Colossi. Instead, he's going just straight into Faster High Templar. And if Koss doesn't recognize this, the Faster High Templar, you know, he's been really delaying his Ghost production in every game so far.
I mean,
of course, this could be a big story as well, this base eventually.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him recall some probes up there.
So, High Templar are interesting on a map like this because in the middle of the map, it's pretty open space. There's a lot of places Marines and Marauders can split up, so it depends on where the engagement happens. Now, it could be a situation where Daisy tries to secure a non-hidden third, and then he has those High Templar to protect. But as far as the threat level of those High Templar, I think Koss, I don't think he's necessarily going to be worried too much about him. I don't know if Daisy's going to feel confident pushing all the way across the map. Like, generally, you're going to get the Storm out just to make sure you can secure yourself for the later game. Yeah,
and that's something where, like you said, the big map with the open areas, Storm can be countered a little bit easier sometimes in a direct engagement. The Oracle finally goes down. 16 kills to his name, though, over the course of the game. A fairly effective Oracle. So Storm, like you said, maybe in a direct engagement if Koss gets a really good spread.
Right.
Can't be quite as effective, but there's also so many places to hide pylons and just sprinkle Templar everywhere.
Yeah.
That, you know, on a normal map, Terran has to cross a certain amount of zone, and every time Terran's on a map, they have to be afraid of Templar coming out of nowhere.
There's no Zalaga towers either.
Yes.
Oh, look at that thing! Whoa.
This is a reactor powered by the forces of the void.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, helping to keep this stronghold together. We do have an observer spot this army now. This 4th base from Daisy, what Koss thinks is a 3rd base is coming up.
It's a fake, but it's real.
Yeah, that's going to be canceled. And Koss has got to be suspicious now. He's like, it's 15 minutes in the game. My opponent's hiding on 2 bases. Wait, is he really going to try to go up this ramp?
Aren't there High Templar lurking?
Yeah, there are.
Don't they have Storm? Got to be careful.
Even if there weren't, there's 4 Colossi and it's a ramp this big.
Charge!
That would have been about the bravest charge I've ever seen. Meanwhile, we do have another charge of sorts, although not quite with charge yet, but a Zealot counterattack. And there's not a bunker here. There's not a rally point of Marines there or anything. Koss is going to have taken a good amount of damage here. No reaction. Okay, here comes the bow units, and actually going to clean that up without... We actually lost a lot of SCVs. In fact, throughout this game, workers killed is now up to 29 from Daisy against only 2 from Koss.
Got a Marine scuttling up to the top there. Looks like he might discover that hidden base, and I think he will. Of course, remember, he approached...
How does he get to here? Did he misclick?
Leap. He's going to see that
well,
probe,
it'll end up going here. Yeah, you're right.
Obviously, this isn't too surprising that Koss is scouting this because he literally saw his opponent on 2 bases with High Templar and like 4 or 5 Colossi. So he kind of has an idea that, okay, you don't have a 3rd yet. I don't necessarily know if I believe that. Let's check some extra bases. And now he's looking for pylons across the map. And looking for pylons is pretty difficult, too, on a map this big. Of course, he still hasn't scouted that proxy Stargate. And there we go. Marine sees it. But there's cannons there.
And now Costa's got to be thinking, oh, crap, how long has that been up for? That's always the first thought. This is going to be a tricky base for the Protoss to defend now. You can see he does have cannons at Templar. I'd love to see a pylon in the back here, because if Costa takes out these 2 pylons, his base is dead.
Right.
Because it's all about using warpins to defend the base. Costa cannot send his entire army up here. He has to, keep that kind of between the bases and more important sections of the map. But he can do exactly what he's doing now, which is send a double drop in. And it's a situation where Protoss has to rely on warpins to defend, and that can be, if Costa's really quick and focusing down these 2 exterior pylons, of course he can't warp in any additional units.
Now, can you talk a little bit about, of course, this is the balance test invite. Are we going to see, are we seeing any effects of that as of right now? I mean, Terran upgrades.
Yeah, there's actually, we see it on both sides.
Right.
The Protoss Oracle was much more effective at running down Terran SCVs when they tried to flee. But on the Terran side, you can see his upgrades help the Hellbats and the Vikings with the same attack upgrade. And that's what Costa's been doing. He's working level 2 attack upgrade. Doesn't go for the pylons quite yet. Now he's going for him, but it's too late. The warping has already taken place. One of the medevacs died to feedback, and this attempt at denying that base will be shut down. And those were Costa's only 2 medevacs. His army has 0 medevacs now. Oh, the Templar! And this is why 0 medevac's gonna be a problem. This army is not gonna be healed. Is he actually gonna go for it? Okay, good. He's backing away. It would have been a very bold move. And meanwhile, an attack from Daisy at the bottom of the War Prism saying, you want to try to drop my bases, I can do the same to you. A Ghost drops his gun and falls over. Meanwhile, War Prism's going to get out of there and knows there's units coming back to defend. But Daisy's doing a good job with this harass.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's getting this much damage done.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I feel like this game, well, we have Daisy pushing across the map. I was going to say, I mean, it won't matter in the long run because we'll eventually see 10 command centers anyway, so SCVs won't matter that much, but Daisy going to try to take advantage of this. His opponent's at 47 Harvesters. He's going to push across the map. He knows his opponent doesn't have any medevacs.
These units are so damaged. Just now, some medevacs coming out, but the Vikings need to be repaired. He's not doing that. There's a lot of damaged units. And if you look at this, okay, 14 Vikings against 5 Colossi, that's fine. The armies are actually pretty well balanced here. Cost with a larger supply, but the choke point may favor Storms.
There's the blink forward trying to target down those Vikings. Storms whipping a little bit. Cost continuing to try to back up those units, but he has nowhere to run. However, he has too much stuff, and Daisy going to be pushed away for now. However, a lot of warpins here from Daisy. About 7 Zealots and a Stalker warped in, trying to shove this off, trying to add supplementation to the Colossi, but way too much bio, way too many Marines and Marauders. Hellbat's doing a lot of damage as well. How much is that upgrade affecting all this?
That upgrade is actually huge. If you notice how fast Daisy's army evaporated, it was really just the Hellbats. The Zealots just didn't even last more than a couple seconds there. Now, of course, most of the Hellbats are dead now, being the front line, but that also meant that they were tanking the damage so that the Colossi weren't able to connect with the Marines or Marauders very well. This is huge because, normally Terrans have to upgrade the Viking attack to help against the Colossi, but now it's the same thing. Ooh, nice storms there. They may force Cost back, but we can see here the Vikings get the +2 weapon upgrade. These Hellbats with the +2 weapon upgrade as well as the same upgrade, now doing 36 damage. And of course, that's 36 splash damage to hitting multiple Zealots with every single attack.
All right, Cast going to try to take advantage of whatever advantage he may have right now, but Daisy has the tools in place at his third base to defend whatever has been sent at him so far. I mean,
look at this, 3 Colossi at a time. This is full Protoss macro extraordinaire.
Yeah, it's like again. This plays into the map too. It's like even if you get a minor engagement victory, or if you get a nice battle victory, the time it takes for you to actually counter and push across the map is enough time for your opponent generally to get enough defenses out. So this kind of stuff is really cool. War Prism, so you can counterattack right away or be annoying all the time. And Daisy has been doing this entire game, and it's been surprisingly effective.
Yeah, this stuff is really hard to deal with on a map this big. There's so many angles, so many bases to defend now. Costa's losing a ton of SCVs. In fact, workers killed is up to 62 workers killed from Daisy against only 4 from Cost. That being said, if you look at the income tab, it's 22 SCVs against 75 probes. That does mean the main army of Costa is going to be quite large, and of course he is trying to take additional bases. He was trying to take a 5th base. That was denied by Dark Templars and a Zealot. So it's a 5-base Protoss right now against only a 4-base Terran, with 75 probes against just shy of 30 SCVs. But these ghosts are cloaked. There's no observer right now.
You got to have an observer here to see those ghosts. There's 2 observers somewhere.
Yeah, they're all just they're all giving vision. Meanwhile, Planetary Fortress will defend out harassers. DT's going to 3rd base. Koss is pushing forward.
Trying to buy time.
There's so many Colossi.
Okay, there's a cannon there, so that will provide detection. Meanwhile, DT's ravaging the 3rd base there of Koss. So he's on a bit of a timer here. 6 more DTs warped in.
Man, Koss is just like, he's not even mining anymore. His bases are just being destroyed. EMP is being used to reveal the DTs. That's a very good use of that because he has to use the mules for economy. You know, these DTs are going towards, if he doesn't get a turret up, that Planetary Fortress will die before he can even realize it. And he needs that base to stay up. You can see he's trying to get another orbital for additional mules. Okay, now the turret gets up, but it's even in vision range into far edge. Okay, it sees some of the DTs close by.
Is he going to target it down?
Oh, he needs to repair that so
SCP's
fast.
4 swipes.
No repair, and wow, that's, I mean, 60 damage to swipe with 3 attack upgrades. These guys are vicious.
Daisy is just going, he's infiltrating. He's going after his opponent's infrastructure, his opponent's workers.
This could be good. This high Templar has full energy. There is warpins available. If he gets the pylons before warpins, this is what I was talking about. There's no pylon in the back. There can be no warpins to defend this base, and this base is going to fall. A great move by Koss.
Of course, that base has been up for a while, but losing those probes definitely hurts Koss. These guys are trading economies essentially, but Daisy's definitely getting the better end of this. Like, Daisy still has at least 2 mining bases.
Yeah, I mean, he's still on 4 bases. He's you know, but these were the first probes lost of the game essentially, besides a couple that are walking around in pylons. If you look at workers killed, you can see 20 probes did die in that draw play, but 82 have died. 82 SCVs have been taken out. You know, Koss can't even mine from his 3rd base. He can't even think about having a 4th base. It's 13 SCVs to 58 probes. So Daisy with you know, a good amount of resources in the bank as well.
Yeah, Cass basically can't trade. Like,
no,
he can't rebuild his army. He needs a one-sided engagement, and that might happen very soon. High Templar's coming in, throwing down a storm. Not a good start there for Cass. He's going to back up, throwing down an EMP. Stalker's blinking forward, trying to initiate the battle. The Colossi attacking from the back of the Vikings. A lot of storms going underneath those, but they're trying to take down the Colossi. Storms going down everywhere, but I think this might be too much army here from Daisy. Up 142 to 87, and don't forget the warp-in. That is inevitable. 4 Stalkers warped in, 2 Colossi on the way behind this. Cass is just going to GG. Realizing that Protoss force is just a little bit too much. And Daisy takes the 2-1.
Yeah, you know, that was just great play by Daisy. You know, a large map like that is tough for Terran. Right. As the game gets on, because Warpins and Harass is so strong. And, you know, Koss never really built, I don't think he ever built a bunker in any of his bases. You know, one of the things you see a lot of Terrans do is they build a bunker and put like 3 depots around it. Sure. And with the missile turret, that means like Zealots or DTs are, I mean, obviously if there's a ton, they can still get in there, but it either stops minor harass and buys time against major harass. And I think Koss maybe need to do a bit of that. But Daisy's harass was just, he always had to ride my units at each place. And I mean,
it was nice. Yeah, he just kept attacking, was absolutely relentless. And it was a situation where Cass just kept losing SCVs. I don't want to say he gave up, but
yeah,
he just didn't react that much to all the Zealot dropping and then the eventual DT dropping.
Yeah, he never really pulled his SCVs, so he kind of let him die there. And sometimes it's the right decision not to pull them if you have units really close by, but especially once you're faced with DTs with upgrades at 1 swipe your SCVs. Zealots have 3 attack upgrades. You're like 3-shotting them. You kind of do need to pull those SCVs because losing 5 here is not a big deal. But if that happens 10 times in a row, which it did, they'll send that 5 turns into 50, and you're stuck with no economy.
Which is no fun. No economy. It's not going to be that fun of a game as StarCraft 2 for you. But Daisy going to be moving on to the next round, taking out Koss. Next up on the stream, guys, we're going to have TLO versus San, followed by Morrow versus Destiny, and then Straylock versus Rhett. But immediately up next, it's going to be TLO versus San. You're watching the XMG Balance Test Pro invite. I'm Axel Toss, joined by Axlab, providing English coverage of this tournament. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the next series.